Mr. Pokey's tier list takes? Get that out of here. EO versus tier list takes? Get that out of here too. Bro's takes are hotter than Sweetie Fox trying to cosplay as Toka from My Hero Academia, okay? And she's hot, okay? No is no. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about Prydwyn's tier list today because they've made updates. We haven't made a tier list update in this long. I don't know how long it's been. It's been over a month now, I know, but let's go ahead and talk about a new tier list now. What have they changed? We can actually take a look at the change log here first to see everything they've changed, and we'll see if any of my characters, any of the characters I think have moved up or moved down here. So let's go ahead and hop into it here, boys. What have they changed? So obviously Adventurine's been added. Also Acheron's been added as well. I'm not sure if I did a tier. I haven't done a tier list with Acheron, so it has been definitely over a month now. Wait, no shot. Pela? Go back. What? Why did they only move her up from... Anyways, let's just hop into the tier list. We're going to look at Pure Fiction and Memory of Chaos today. Let's go ahead and start off with the sustains first, because we have our boy... I don't know why I'm putting these on. I don't even have sound coming through. I'm just put them down. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess we're going to take a look here at the sustain characters first, and we'll just go through the whole list here. Now, Adventurine being an S+ tier, I agree with that. I think he is the best sustainer in the game. Now, I still think Huahua is better, or S+ tier anyways. I think honestly Fu Xuan for me would be moved down to S tier. I think she's pretty similar to, actually what I would actually do is move Fu Xuan to S tier, maybe move Locha down to A tier, because of the fact that really all that Locha can do is just sustain the team. I'm not saying that's bad, but Fu Xuan offers more than just sustaining the team, as does Huahua and as does Adventurine. His whole thing is literally just sustaining the team, and I think Huahua does that but better than him. I think literally all these sustain the team just as well as he can, but do more. So for me personally, I would probably move Locha down to A tier. Not saying he's bad or anything, just I think that they do more than he can do, like kit wise, right? Let's take a look here. A tier for Gallagher. I haven't used Gallagher. I actually don't know how good he is. Like, I know Gallagher's Eidolons are really good, so maybe, yeah, I guess so. Like I said, guys, I haven't built Gallagher on either of my accounts, so I don't know how he actually works. Leave a comment in the comment section down below for what you think about Gallagher, okay? Please do. Anyways, guys, let's continue through this tier list now. Lynx being in A tier, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like Gallagher, I don't know. Is Gallagher better than Lynx? I don't know. I like Lynx a lot. I think Lynx deserves to be in A tier, but what I do think one misstep is here is having Gepard in B tier. Gepard should not be in B tier, okay? Gepard should be up here in A tier, just because of the fact we have Acheron added into the game now. Acheron is super cracked, especially with running Trends of Universal Market on him. He just gets so many hits, you just charge her up so fast. I think all tanks should realistically be moved up some. Oh, okay, we're gonna get to that in a second here. Anyways, guys, why do they have that, and what specialist... Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. March 7th and Natasha being down here, yeah, I agree with that. Bailu being here, yeah, I agree with that. She has no clinch, she does have a revive, which is nice. I think she's better than Natasha. But like I've said in the many previous videos, I think that Lynx is better than Bailu. Now, how does Bailu compare to Gallagher's healing? Now, for me, using Gallagher in the event that we had and also like the trial, it seems like his healing is okay. Like, it's not the best healing. You have to get the ult up basically to get decent heals for the whole team. It's basically like Locha's field he puts out. He basically does the same thing. So can it compare to Bailu? I don't know. I haven't had enough testing, but you guys will surely let me know. Alright guys, so I made my own little tier list here, basically going over the changes I would like to see. So obviously Huahua, Adventurine, both S+. Fu Xuan S tier, I moved Locha down to A tier. As you can see, I moved Gallagher, Lynx, and Gepard to here. I guess I moved Gallagher and Lynx down to B tier and moved him up, or he's staying in the same B tier. I think he works really well with Acheron. That's the reason why he's not in the same category as Miss Bailu here, because I think he is just a lot more efficient than Bailu is with Acheron teams, and he brings out a lot more in her than someone like Bailu can. Not saying the sustainability is not there, but I think he does sustain a little bit better than her. And on top of that, he does play really synergistically with Miss Acheron. Let's see, yeah. Bailu being in C tier, yeah, and then the reason why they're down here is because their sustainability is really not up to par. Like, it still can get you through battles, for sure. That's the reason why I also have Fire MC. I don't like her being in Specialist. I like her being down here. Her sustainability is not all there. She has a taunt. Her shields are okay, but once that shield and taunt's gone, the rest of your team gets absolutely Alt F4 deleted. But taunt and Trends of Universal Market's really nice, and I think it's an option. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about Amplifier here. Let me stop yapping on that. Yeah, Amplifier tier, S+, Ruan May, Sparkle. Me personally, maybe I'm just an advanced action forward hater. I don't think that Sparkle deserves to be up here. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. If I'm gonna keep it 100p with you guys, right, I think Sparkle still deserves, you know, Sparkle is better than Bronya. She is better than Bronya, but I don't know. I think Ruan May is just a tier of her own. Maybe I'll do some readjustments and we'll do the tier list after this, guys, and where I actually think she's gonna be at. I don't necessarily agree with Ruan May Sparkle being on the same tier, but hey, you go off, I guess. Silverwolf, absolutely not. I think Silverwolf deserves to be an A tier. Why they still have Pela in A tier, I have absolutely no reason why. They changed her for pure fiction, but they didn't change her for this. I would be moving Pela up to the S tier, moving Silverwolf down. That's what I would do there. I think Hanya and Astra are completely fine right here, so that's my opinion on that. And then Yukong being in C tier, yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. No arguments from me there. Alright, guys, this is my updated tier list. Like I said before, guys, I think Ruan May is a league of her own. She should be up here in her own tier. I think she gaps both Sparkle and Ting Yun. That's why I have her there. I have Ting Yun and Sparkle in their own tier. I moved Bronya down to A tier just because I have them in A tier, guys. Doesn't mean they're bad. I just think that there's a clear gap in what the potential of the character is compared to the other one, right? That's why I have A tier as Bronya on her own. B tier, I have both Pela and Silverwolf on their own because I think Bronya clearly gaps both of these characters in terms of what they can do, but both of these characters work really well for any like debuff oriented team. I understand that, and also defense shred, super OP, super powerful, but I do think there's a clear difference between these three up here or these characters above them, or mainly even Bronya, right? I think there's a clear difference in what Bronya can do compared to what these two can do right here. Asta, Hanya, not bad at all characters, great to build, honestly, but they're just not the snuff with like the defense shredders like I was saying before. And then finally Yukong, very clunky still in the D tier. I think she's a fine character all around, but yeah, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, by the way. This is just how I see the characters in my mind and how they perform. I think there are clear gaps to this. Anyways, guys, that's my tier list here. Let's go ahead and hop into our next tier list now, which is the specialist, my favorite category, Miss Mommy Kafkusi. Yeah, Miss Mommy Kafkusi, S+ tier. I think she is there, she is banging, she is slanging, okay? Has follow-up attacks, can put more debuffs on the enemy, works really well with Acheron. I don't know really what more you could ask for there. S tier, Black Swan, Topaz. Completely agree. Honestly, I think this will be my most agreeable one yet. I agree with this so much, actually. Super good there, too. Let's hop into the next one now, which is A tier. It has Luca, Mr. Sampo, and Miss Jue. Now, I do have an argument with A tier to B tier. I don't think Luca should be A tier. I think Luca's really good in scenarios where he's facing off against physical enemies. He's actually really great. A build guy will be up on him on a day or two from now or something like that. And also an Aventurine video as well, but that's besides the point. Anyways, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. What I'm trying to say here is that I think that Gwenaifen is a better all-around unit than he is. When you put him in a scenario versus a physical unit breaking them, he is amazing, right? And that's what they have notified here. They have a little shield on him, which means that he is meant for breaking. And yeah, so if in that case, yes, I think he's better. Now, putting Gwenaifen down here, I think Gwenaifen's a great all-arounder. I think anyone's account could use her, especially with Dr. Ratio, Acheron. You can throw her on so many teams. She just works well in those teams. I'm not gonna say she works the best, but she works well. Jue, I don't have enough playtime with her. Maybe she's an A tier. Like I said, don't have enough playtime with her. She's okay, I guess A tier. Sampo, A tier as well. I can agree with that. Welt being in B tier, yeah, I can see it. He gaps. I think these units. No, I think it's hard here because I think there's a difference between Shushong and this. Like these units here, I feel like are so close together in what they can do, right? Like, I think there's a huge gap in between what Black Swan can do compared to what everyone else below can do, right? Now, maybe running Sampo and Black Swan on the same team is super good. There's just so many different scenarios. I mean, I mostly agree with this, but let's hop into my tier list now and see what I make out of it anyways, and see what I'll tell you what my guys' thoughts are when I make it. Okay, guys, so I worked out a little list here. I didn't really change too much. I moved Jue down to B tier. I moved Welt up to A tier. I do feel like Welt can be more universal than someone like Jue can, especially in their best given scenarios. You need a lot more to build her than you need to build Welt. I feel like that's the reason why I moved him up. Mine's more, I guess my mentality is more value oriented than it is like actual production. Maybe her production's better. I think in terms of value, Welt's better, but I could be wrong, right? Now, in terms of the other characters, like I said, Gwenaifen's moving up just for her versatility and value she brings to your account. I think she is super good. She can deal decent damage. I do think Luke is better though. If we were to do this, I would probably put Sampo at the very top of A tier, Luca second, her third, and then Welt last, and then Shushong. Yeah, Shushong's okay. Like, she's okay. Yeah. Anyways, guys, let's hop into the moment you've been waiting for, probably. You probably think I've already coped out with these, but let's go ahead and cope out one more time for the one time. Yeah, Memory of Chaos. Now, Memory of Chaos is gonna have Acheron, Dan Heng, Jingle Yu, and S+ tier. I think they should move down. I think that Acheron's in a league of her own, but we'll get into that in a second here. Now, S tier. Yeah, I got some takes about S tier too. I have some takes about S tier. My minds have changed on some things. But now let's move down to the A tier. Now, A tier is going to be Blade and also Clara. I do think, me personally, that Blade is better than Clara. I do think that Blade is better than Clara. Absolutely no shot that you put Argenti in B tier, you absolute cucks. Actually, I kind of agree with that in Memory Chaos. I tried using him in MOC 11, it was kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And down here in C tier, oh, they moved my boy Yangqing up, but they're still disrespecting his name. That pisses me off. Anyways, guys, okay, and then Arlon down here. Okay, guys, we're gonna make some changes. I'll be back in a second to make the changes, and I'll tell you what my thought process is on it. Now, before you guys rush to the comment section, please just hear me out. I know you see Zila and QQ down in the B tier. I'm gonna explain that in a second. Give me a second here. First, I think Acheron is the best DPS in the game. I think she does gap Jingliu. I think she does gap Dragon Danny in terms of just the damage she has in general. Her skill damage is really nice, really solid, and her ultimate damage is out of this world, and you can get it up really fast. Jingliu and Dragon Danny can't really match up to that, and that's why I put them down in the S tier. But Dr. Ratio and Jingyuan's damage can't really match up to that either. That's why they're in A tier. Why didn't you move Jingyuan down? You're a Jingyuan simp. No, I just think that Jingyuan is more consistent than Zila is, so that's why he's up here. Now, when we're talking about consistency, that's why also QQ is down in the B tier as well, right? These two characters, I think that Zila is more consistent than QQ is. You really need Resurgence for Zila to pop off. With QQ, you need her to get the right tile count, right? I had runs in MOC this MOC. They were absolutely amazing. I have Arataki, 3 buffs up. Bam! 200k. Bam! 240k. Destroying enemies. And then you get into the final round of the fight, and it's like, boom, 1 tile. Boom, start off with 4 tiles. Boom, 30k. Boom, don't crit because my build's bad. Yeah, she's just not consistent. I think that they are on the level of Blade because Blade is just can be so consistently not as high damage as them. I feel like the average damage, if you were to average the damage out of these characters, I do think that Zila does clear them pretty clearly. You know what? I really hate to do this. Oh, guys. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to move Zila up to A tier. Oh. Okay, this is what I think it more realistically looks like. Me personally, I love QQ to death. I would use her over Zila any day. I don't like that dumb stinky bitch Zila, okay? I wish I could put her down lower, but for the sake of my sanity, I know that she is probably a little bit better than QQ. QQ's great and all. She just has rubbed me the wrong way this patch. Maybe next patch, if she rubs me the right way and gives me better RNG, then she'll get moved up on the tier list. But this patch, she absolutely hoed me. So for this reason, she is going down this patch because she has been super inconsistent for me in this patch. Now, Blade. Blade is super consistent, like I mentioned before. Very hard to kill him, and he does very good damage. He does good damage, right? Argenti. Yeah, Argenti's down here in C tier. I have tried using him. It literally took me 7 cycles to beat MOC 11 with him. It was down bad. His energy production is just not that good. It's so hard to get his energy up, even with running with like a Ting Yun. You would really need like a Ting Yun Hua Hoi. You're investing a lot of team resources to make him really good. He is much more built for pure fiction and farming and stuff like that. I really don't think he's built much for, you know, what we have going on in the game right now. Now, I guess against Adventurine boss, he's decent, right? But for this sake, I think he is less consistent than QQ is, or can do less consistent damage on a basis. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways. Oh, wait. But maybe if you get all the tiles up from his AoE attack against Adventurine, you know what? But I mean, I never tried him against Adventurine, but I'm going to move him up just for the fact, because I think you can farm his ultimate against the Adventurine boss. For that reason, I'm moving him up, because I think he will give you full ult, and you just absolutely destroy him. So, for that reason, he's going to move up the B tier for this patch. Now, also down here, we have Yangqing. Shields obviously really help him out. Adventurine shields help him out anyway, so he's going to be consistently having his buff up. Serval, Clara gets a good, decent chunk of change from Adventurine as well. Also, that's why I've moved Mr. Arlon up as well, because Arlon gets a pretty good buff from the shield from Aventurine as well. I want to make a video with Arlon. I just need to get an Aventurine on my account first. Anyways, guys, I know I said I was going to do Pure Fiction. I lied to you guys. I'm not doing Pure Fiction. This video has been going on for too long already. If you guys want to see a Pure Fiction tier list, let me know in the comment section down below. But you'll probably let me know with your dislikes because you disagree so much with my tier list here. If you have any questions or you want to cook me out in the comments, cook me down in the comments down below, guys. I will not hold back on you either if you make a dumbass take. And I'll make sure I display your dumb comments on a future video as well. With your full name, of course, because you put your stuff on the internet. Anyways, guys, I'm leaving. I'm gone. Subscribe. Bye. Oh, I forgot to mention video slate. Luca video coming out soon. Aventurine video coming out soon, and something else that I don't want to. It's a tier list, but not this type of tier list. It's a tier list for Honkai Star Rail, but I'm still working on all the logistics for it and how I'm grading the characters. Anyways, guys, catch you in the next one later. Bye.